Hi, welcome back to Budget with Bianca. I'm Bianca, and today we will be budgeting for July for 2025. So buckle up; it's going to be kind of a crazy one. We have a lot of overspending for me. I feel a couple changes, and I did want to go through our spending for June because it was a really high spend month. And let me know if you're interested in seeing what I spend in the previous month as I do my budget with me's, because I could always combine them into the same video. So what you see in front of you is YNAB. This is the budgeting software that I use, or money planning software that I use. And this is in the Reflect tab. And this shows us all the money we have spent in June. And you can break it down by different months, different categories. So in total, we have spent $11,915. 26% of that was for our bills, so our mortgage, utilities, cell phone, things like that, things that go out monthly. We spent $2,273.56 in travel, which we will talk about in the overspending, because I had two trips, kind of the end of one at the very beginning of June, and then my husband and I went to Colorado for a wedding, which was so much fun. But it did cost us a lot of money, but that's okay. In our stability category, which is our sinking funds, we spent a little bit of money. So 2000, well, not a little bit, quite a bit of money, $2,047.64. Frequent expenses was $1,898.56. So this, if we click into it, you can see most of it was, it was actually split between groceries and daycare, then gas for our car, and baby supplies. Then in loans, which is my husband's student loan, my student loan, and our car loan, we spent $1,081.58. Then the rest of this was creation. So this was one thing. So I did mention that I wanted to buy myself a new robot vacuum, which I did, and I love it. It is so fantastic. I'm very excited. It makes me very happy. Money very, very well spent. And then other was, this we will talk about in the overspending category, so I won't mention that here. And then just a couple other things, quality of life. We spent a little bit of money for dining out, $179.75. And just a couple other things, my husband's spending money, celebration, so birthday, we had a couple birthday parties, and then everything else was $140.56. So yeah, really high spending month comparatively. So if we go through like the last 3 months, we can go to spending trends, and we will select all categories. So you can see, we can see in June, we spent $11,915. May was also a high spend month, but April pretty low, $8,900. So, spending varies, and that's okay. That's what YNAB is good at. It's telling you the averages and what you can expect. So let's go into the plan tab. And so this is my budget that you see here. If you want to see all my categories, I'll link my 2025 category overview video. So let's get started. I park all of our money that we earn through the month in this resilience tab in this next month group. So in total, we made, my husband and I made $10,365.77. I am still waiting for one reimbursement that has not hit my account, but I did get an email that it was approved from our FSA, and then I did submit for my dependent care FSA today, so I am going to receive that money probably tomorrow or later this week. So I'm going to zero this out, and this money is going to go into ready to assign. I'm actually going to go back into June because, as you can see, we have 4 overspent categories that we need to address. Biggest one being travel. So we overspent in our Colorado category by $735. A lot of this was our rental car. There were a lot of extra fees that I unfortunately didn't plan for, so lesson learned there. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to cover this from ready to assign. So that takes care of that. This bill is the one I'm waiting for my FSA. So I'm not going to cover that. That will be covered probably tomorrow. And then I have a couple things. So unfortunately, my husband and I are experiencing a lot of issues with one of his credit cards, maybe being hacked, or the charges are not truly his. So we're trying to see what we can do about that. Some of it was reimbursed already to us, but not all of it. So I am just going to go ahead and cover this overspending. But if we get that money back, then I'll just reassign it. So that takes care of all the overspending that we need to cover. There was actually a lot more during the month, and I tried my best to leave it until filming this video, but I just can't. I can't stand to look at the overspending. So I try to only leave the ones that I can wait on, and the rest I just cover, on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let's move into July, and we are going to budget out our needs first. So I use the focused view here, which you can edit, and I have several of them, but the ones I use more often are the needs, wants, and extras. And again, these are the things that we need to live. So I'm going to go ahead category by category and fully fund these. So I'm going to click underfunded for them, and then adjust as needed. So for daycare, I need to add an extra $225. And then we'll come back to household goods. I'm going to add money at the end. In stability, we need $167.74. And then in bills, we need $3,291.61. Except I need to make this just $40. I accidentally overpaid my dad for the phone bill in June, so this is the new. This is what I owe him in July, and I can't snooze it because currently it's not July. So tomorrow I will go in and snooze that. And then our loans, $1,081.58. This stays the same every month. So what you saw in June is what we will spend in July. And then I'm going to go back to all, and I have my phone to the side of me. So if you see me looking over, I'm looking at my notes. All right, let's go to wants, and we will expand everything here. So I'm going to go again category by category. So in quality of life, we need $143.10. My fund money and my husband's fund money need $100 each, so that's $200. And then in our stability, which is our sinking funds, we need $543.77. Let me just make sure I don't have anything extra in here that I need to add. Nope. Okay. And then in celebration, we need $311.18. For my daughter, we save $4 each month. And then for our bills, we have $131.42. No, I don't think that's right. What does it want? 107. Is that right? Okay, maybe that is right. Okay, 131. Our TV bill for June has not been yet taken out, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we're going to leave that there. All right, so all of our wants are funded. Now we go to our extras and we do the same. So quality of life, we need $112.50. Stability, we need $2.63. That's nice. And then in celebrations, we need $31.50. Awesome. Okay, let's go back to all. So we still have $1,680.41. This true expense buildup fund, I don't fund. This is any extra money that we have throughout the month. So let's close everything up and go category by category to see what I need to do. So I need to fund travel. Colorado, we already did. So we are going to go and hide this category, and instead of deleting it, because later I will want to see how much we have spent on travel in general. So I need to fund travel, and that's $473.66. Then I need to go into creation and I need to fully fund my office makeover. So if you missed my last video, I am redoing my office, well, a room in our house that will be my office since I will be working from home starting at the end of August. So that is exciting. And then, so we have $921 left. So going back to June, I want to go to our stability and I want to add $500 more for our tires, get that fully funded. And then I did spend a little bit of auto maintenance. In auto maintenance, I spent $168 this month. So I want to go ahead and add $175 in there. And that leaves $246.75. Let me go back to July. Let me expand everything. Let's run through. I'm going to quickly run through all of these categories just to make sure everything is fully funded. Wanted to add a little bit more to, oh, I did go ahead and increase the wedding gifts balance to $400 because my good friend is getting married and I want to give her more than what we typically give for weddings. So I upped that balance or that desired balance. I don't need anything for the phone. How much does Nick State Farm need? 112. What does that give us? So that leaves us with 134. I'm going to undo that and I'm going to fund this partially. So I'm going to fund this only. Or I can just fund half of all of it. Maybe I'll do that. I will fund the low half. Okay. And the rest, what I would like to do is put into home goods, household goods, because while I am off in between my jobs, I plan on, organizing our entire house, and I need like bins and organizing containers and, you know, those kinds of things. So I need a little bit of money for that. So that gives me $300 to play with. I think that's good. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think that's good. So actually a lot quicker than I thought that would go by. But yeah, so that is our paychecks handled for July since we are 1 month ahead. And I can't wait to see what July brings. Hopefully we don't spend as much money as we did in June. I don't think we will. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know and I will see you in the next video. Bye.